Making a great time travel movie, as it turns out, is not very easy. Quite a few films have tried and failed for a variety of reasons. There's the logic, obviously, which can become an issue. But oftentimes a story might rest too heavily on the plot device, resulting in a lack of rich or memorable characters. But there are some truly phenomenal movies involving time travel that seize upon the premise and craft unforgettable and inventive stories, many of which have long stood the test of time. In today's video, we will be sharing top 10 best time travel movies. So stay tuned till end of the video and don't miss any of these. But before continuing further, kindly hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, so you never miss any update from us. Let's continue with our video. Number 10. About Time. About Time is certainly the most emotional entry on this list. Writer-director Richard Curtis had previously melted hearts with Love Actually and Pirate Radio, but About Time brought the filmmaker back to his 4 weddings and a funeral roots. The time travel genre offers the opportunity to wax philosophical about death and regret, and About Time seizes it in a unique way by focusing on a very earnest relationship between a father and a son. The romantic comedy portion between Domhnall Gleeson and Rachel McAdams is the hook, but the relationship between time-traveling father and son Gleeson and Bill Nighy is this film's tear-jerking heart. Number 9. Back to the Future Part 2. Director Robert Zemeckis' original is untouchable, but for the first sequel, the notoriously ambitious filmmaker doubles down on the time travel premise while also echoing the first movie in a brilliant way. First, we get kitschy, Easter egg-filled vision of the future. Then we get to see the events of the first film, recontextualized as Marty McFly has to go back in time once again to save the future, all while avoiding his other time-traveling self. It's a tightrope walk of an extremely difficult sort, and one that only a director with this much vision and guts could pull off. Number 8. Looper. The Last Jedi writer-director Rian Johnson has always showcased an impeccable mix of ambition and meticulousness, never allowing his reach to exceed his grasp. Looper marked Johnson's first foray into the sci-fi genre, and he did so with vigor, offering up a twisty time travel story rooted in character first and foremost. The film takes the premise of, what would you do if you went back in time and met your younger self, and spins it on its head, adding in terrifically tense action sequences and heady moral quandaries for good measure. Number 7. Star Trek. Director J.J. Abrams' 2009 reboot of the Star Trek franchise sidestepped the problem of erasing the legacy of the films and TV shows that came before by using one specific device. Time travel allows Abrams' wildly entertaining film to both exist in the same universe as the previous Star Trek movies with Kirk and Spock and the whole gang, while also opening up new possibilities for the future. Even though Abrams' Trek focuses on young Kirk, he exists in a new and changed timeline, so the future is not 100% set. That the film is able to explain this concisely, while also serving as an incredibly entertaining adventure all its own, is the minor miracle that is Star Trek. And while the sequel Star Trek Into Darkness hampered some of that goodwill, Abrams' initial film still stands as one of the most effortlessly rewatchable blockbusters of the 21st century. Number 6. 12 Monkeys. While filmmaker Terry Gilliam is no stranger to time travel, Time Bandits just missed the cut on this list. His 1995 film 12 Monkeys remains one of the most memorable entries in the genre. The sci-fi drama combines Gilliam's more odd sensibilities with gritty and grounded time travel, resulting in a dirty and unforgettable experience. Brad Pitt delivers a pretty phenomenal performance as a maybe-crazy mental institution patient, while Bruce Willis plays a future prisoner sent back in time to discover the origins of a deadly virus that ravaged the Earth. Never one for the traditional, Gilliam keeps things delightfully strange throughout. Number 5. Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow is the perfect cocktail. A dash of Tom Cruise action, a sprinkle of Emily Blunt's strength, a swirl of writer Christopher McQuarrie's unique sensibilities, and a heavy helping of director Doug Liman's wild ambition. Many have tried and failed to imitate the stuck-in-a-loop premise of Groundhog Day, but Edge of Tomorrow takes that nugget and runs with it, keeping every single scene fresh, even if we're watching the same day play out over and over again. The secret sauce is having Tom Cruise play an out-and-out coward, which stands in contrast to the public perception of his on-screen persona and results in a wonderfully refreshing viewing experience. Edge of Tomorrow is the white whale of Hollywood, a genuinely unique and wildly entertaining blockbuster. Number 4. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. 1989's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure combined the sci-fi genre with the teen comedy to result in a wonderfully inventive and hilarious adventure. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are perfect as a pair of burnouts who use a time machine to complete a history report. The whole thing is an incredibly silly affair, but it's made with such affection for its characters that it's impossible not to love. There are terrific jokes aplenty, especially involving historical figures, and George Carlin's Rufus remains an icon to this day. It's a movie that probably shouldn't work, but totally does. Be excellent to each other indeed. Number 3. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. We should have known, given Aliens and the Abyss, that director James Cameron's Terminator 2 wouldn't just be any old sequel. Indeed, the ambitious filmmaker made a very different movie than the original Terminator, weaving in shades of a buddy comedy, PTSD drama, and family story into this sci-fi actioner. Terminator 2 is a minor miracle of a film, turning its own premise on its head to present a time travel story that's similar to the first Terminator, but different in key ways. It also feels positively epic. This one ticks all the boxes. Number 2. Groundhog Day. Star Bill Murray and director Harold Ramis famously butted heads while making Groundhog Day. Murray reportedly wanted the film to be more philosophical, while Ramis was always pushing the comedy. But it's the push and pull between these two ideas that makes Groundhog Day a stone-cold classic. It's hilarious, featuring some of Murray's best comedic moments, but it's also profoundly sad. The film doesn't disregard the inherent loneliness of the premise, being stuck in the same day over and over again. It goes to some surprisingly dark places, but Murray's humanity always shines through, and Andy McDowell does some terrifically understated work as his foil. It's a classic, full stop. Number 1. Back to the Future. But there's really nothing like Back to the Future, is there? Filmmaker Robert Zemeckis' 1985 original takes a universal idea, the fact that we're never able to truly know what our parents were like when they were our age, and adds his usual dash of insane ambition by playing that out as a time travel story. And given the hardships during production, it's crazy the movie turned out as great as it did. Michael J. Fox is a revelation, Christopher Lloyd is perfect, and Lee Thompson is so good you forget she's actually playing Marty's mom. It's hilarious and new and different and inventive, but it's also rooted in universal truths that make it so relevant throughout the decades. And yes, it's also a movie about trying not to bone your mom. So these were some of the best time travel movies of all the time. Which one is your favorite time travel movie? Let us know in the comments section. We will love to hear from you. We hope that you have enjoyed our video. Kindly give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so you never missed any update from us. Thanks for watching the video.